Hey guys, what is up? It's C Money, Mr. OP. Today I'm gonna be showing you guys, or I kind of explaining what the whole entire new armor system is like, because I know a lot of people still have a super hard time with understanding what it's like or what to put on certain stuff. So I just thought I'd break it down a little bit. I'm gonna be doing this off of a warlock. You guys can do it off of any character. It really doesn't matter. They kind of all apply the same. It just kind of changes what you're gonna put on your helmet or I guess boots. It just kind of all depends. So let's start off in like the orderly fashion. We'll go to the head first. So typically on mine, I always like to have a recovery mod because I like to have my recovery up and then get my like resilience. These mods really are the same. They're the same exact thing. You just keep whatever mod you want here. I also have an artifice armor. Make sure you guys, if you guys want to get artifice armor, it helps, but you don't really need it. It's only +3, but it's nice to have. Um, but one amazing thing about Artifice Armor, so you see how I have three right here? If you go to any normal piece of equipment, never mind, actually, never mind. They're the same. But still, you get the extra armor. I thought they were different. Well, okay, so like for warlocks, for starters, I like to have Ashes to assets because you can pair it with Starfire Protocol really, really well. Every nade kill you get bonus super energy. This also has synergy with the artifact where anything grenade based costs less. Another thing, yeah, make sure you guys have the artifact. You guys don't have to have it like this. Typically, I would say have Bricks from Beyond. You don't need this. I just like this. And then Volatile Flow. Volatile Flow is crazy. And Bricks from Beyond. These two things are amazing. So make sure you guys have them. And of course, everything on this artifact is passive. So you don't need to get it and then apply it to your armor. You just have it. It's really nice. So back to what I was saying. I have Ashes to assets. I have two of them. You can run three, but I like to have an arc siphon to create orbs. Obviously, you'll see that later. I just have arc because I typically run Ikelos SMG, and that's how I typically run my helmets. Maybe I might run Dynamo. Maybe I might run Special or um, I, yeah, either Special or like a different kind of siphon. You can really run whatever you want. For Crucible, I'd say run either kinetic or whatever archetype of weapon you have. Targeting, if you really want to, it doesn't really matter. Just kind of, this is just what I run for my helmet. For my arms, I typically run. So this is only kinetic loader because I was using a different primary because Izanagi's burden doesn't apply like the reload buffs to it. I would say whatever you're gonna do, run the reloader that you want the most, or dexterity, because dexterities are probably the best. I would say with Izanagi's, dexterity is the best. You want to make sure you have a fast, like, it just gives you more, basically more handling. So I'd say get dexterities or other loaders. If you have like a demolitionist or field prep weapon, it's not obviously not gonna really do anything because field prep brings your reload to max and demolitionist you use nades. But it really helps for weapons. Say you have like a heritage as a primary, stuff like that just helps reloading. And then I run firepower, and I do this because this pairs insanely well with Starfire Protocol and Ashes to assets. I would say everybody should probably be running firepower, or if you really want to, a different dexterity. I just feel as though the firepower is crazy. If you're gonna be playing something like Crucible, you could, I don't know, run like one of these charges. I would say probably I just like fastball for like suppressor nades or something, but up to you honestly. It's all just kind of like preference at that point. Now the chess pieces, I would say run whatever the like enemy or main boss you're gonna be fighting is. So like in the Root of Nightmares, if you're on Nezarec, run Void. Just run triple Void resist. Run whatever Void resist you have to. You can. So there is a trick where if you run, I think I have one. Oh, maybe not. Well, if you do this little trick where you put, say you have a heavy weapon and it's stasis, and you put like triple stasis or like double stasis and then one special. It's really, 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 really good. Or I mean kinetic, sorry. It's really good because you can switch to this, or switch to this, grab the flag, then switch back, and you keep all the ammo. This also works with perks, but I'm not gonna really explain that. I would say do that for every encounter that's like a master or like a day one if you're gonna be doing day one stuff like that. Chess pieces are really just base to me. I just run the resist that you're going to be going up against. Maybe if there's like a Vandal or a Hobgoblin or something in a GM, you can run Sniper resist. But Concussive Damper just seems to not be good anymore. It just feels like it doesn't do anything, and that's why I kind of don't even bother with Concussive Damper anymore. It's not. It's just not him anymore. So I would say just run triple whatever resist you're going to be going up against. I run Void because Nezarec is a pain in the ass at as if people are shit at gaze holding. So do that. I would say for your boots, I know it's works. It's a 5 or no, it's a 15, 19, 22% increase. At least that's what I've been told. So you don't really need to run 3, but as you can see, I kind of don't really want. I don't really care about triple 100s. I'll take double 100s. So I run triple stasis or whatever weapon you need to run. Of course, you can also run things in the artifact that lowers the amount of like things like the armor cost. It gets lowered, it gets lowered. So you can, in theory, just run like solar, 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 then whatever you want, or void, 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 strand, strand, strand. But I like to run stasis because I like to run the bump in the night. So I run triple stasis. You can run whatever you want. It really doesn't matter too much. I would, however, say on things that get a little bit harder of activities, you might run either battle ready or recuperation. These two are insanely helpful to get health back, especially if you have an orb, like an orb sort of like farming. And the scavengers are also insanely helpful, except I don't really use the scavengers this season because the funnel web kind of just makes you like heavy scav regardless because of the bricks from beyond inside of the battle pass or inside of the artifact. So if there's synergy like that, I'd say don't worry about like scavengers. But if there's high level activities, you can run scavs. I just stay with weapon surges because they make your weapons crazy and getting orbs aren't is insanely easy. Now this I run 2 time dilations. They stack. So I don't know what the base time is, but I know with 2 time dilations you get up to 18 seconds per stack, which is absolutely crazy. That means you get a whole 18 seconds of extra damage, and then you grab a second one, and you get another 18 seconds plus the original 18 seconds. And then if you get up to 3 orbs, you can get like another stack. It's crazy. So I see some people running stacks on stacks. Let me go to this. I see some people running stacks on their boots, or like, you know, just don't run stacks on stacks. It is not useful, especially when you have so many good things in your legs. Don't run stacks on stacks. This does not need to be ran. Just run weapon surges, I would say, or like getting stuff like, you know, or charged up. I can see charged up actually being decent. I just don't really see the practical use when you can get nades all the time. Or I mean, you can get orbs all the time. Arc Siphon and Firepower, I don't think there's ever a time where I don't have orbs. And even if you can't get orbs, you also have people using their supers. So you have like 3 to 4 if you're including like other ways like to get orbs. You have like 3 definite ways to get orbs just from yourself. Well, you have 2 definite ways from yourself. You have 3 from like people's supers. So it's just don't run stacks on stacks. Don't run charged up. They're kind of useless. I ran them earlier in this season. I didn't really see them being any crazier than triple weapon surges that actually like makes your damage insane. So yeah, that's enough about the boots. Just run triple weapon surges. You don't need to run anything else. Time dilations, of course, run these. These are insanely good, especially when you weigh out the other options. They really aren't any crazier. I mean, I could see maybe special finisher or um nah, that's really it. Honestly, I think special finisher is really the only one, and it consumes 3 stacks. So I don't know. You can run whatever you want. I just feel this also isn't necessary when you have the bricks from beyond and you have like heavy, and then if you have a lead from gold pairs really well, or aeons. So when it comes to that, I just don't really see the point. Yeah, that's about it. I don't really with the exotics, I just kind of keep them the same. I change the surges up a little bit though, just depending on what I'm doing. This is triple because I don't know. I think it's just triple just because it was. There's nothing really crazy about all that. That's just a general overview of how the new system works. I would say just prioritize weapon surges on your boots, scabs if you really have to, but surges and like the better already recuperation. Oh, jeez. Focus time dilation on your bond. It's needed. Focus damage resistance on your chest armor unless you're doing something really crazy, then you can switch your chest piece in the beginning. I would say focus dexterity. Make sure you have orb. Make sure you do have an orb mod on your arms. It helps tons. They're just insanely good. And then make sure that you guys do have a siphon on your helmet. I just think it helps insane amounts. You don't have to, but I would recommend it. Ashes to assets, of course, is crazy, especially on Warlock. So I'd say run these. I would say these ones too are really good. Like the scouts, I think they are really good. It's just Ashes to Assets is so much more, brings so much more to the table. So yeah, that's what I run typically for everything. I might change a few around, like if you see here, like some of the mods, like some of them are stasis, other ones aren't. This one is crucible, but like stasis. This one's solar. I also don't have all the weapons in this character right now, so like it might be saying some of them can't be found, but typically I stay within the realm or whatever my heavy is for like the surges, and like the helmet I kind of keep for my secondary, and then I just use like the primary as like a dexterity or reload perk. So yeah, that is my general overview of a. This is the build I typically run all the time. I change it up every now and then, but I don't change it up drastically. It'll only be like the either the ashes to assets or dexterities or surges. Time dilation like always stays, and the damage resistance always stays. So yeah, that's the new armor system. I know that it is a little bit tricky for some people to understand, and it's different. It was kind of out of left field. So yeah, hopefully this cleared everything up. If you guys really just experiment, it works probably the best. Just going into like the EDZ or something and experimenting kind of on how ore production is and how the nades work and everything. So yeah, thank you boys so much. I'll see you boys in the next one, I guess.